Speaking of Taylor Hall there too, like what do you make of this entire situation of this year that he's having, right? Is it more of a case of Buffalo is just a dumpster fire right now, and that's obviously having an effect on his on-ice production? Or is there something in the data that is showing a steep decline since his 2018 Hart Trophy season?
There is something in the data, and I don't really know what to make of it, to be honest. And a lot of the times, I was lucky early in my career. I spent 10 years working at TSN and the NHL Network, and most working days I had in that time were spent watching games at night with people like Dave Reed and Jamie McLennan and Craig Button and Kevin Weeks, whoever, all these people that know the game so well and kind of reprogrammed me into how to watch it, going from a fan to someone who can analyze and understand pattern recognition and see the game in a different way. But I still lean on people that play currently and used to play at that level when I can't figure something out with the data. And Taylor Hall's an example of something I can't figure out, which is that, he creates a ton of offense with speed. He's, fast through the neutral zone, brings the puck in, is dynamic, all these things that everybody knows. He's continued to do all these things at a pretty high rate from his MVP year to the next year, split in New Jersey and Arizona to Buffalo. What he hasn't been doing is really producing any meaningful offense in doing so. And this now, in the last couple of years, is split across 3 teams over 100 games. So it's not just a Buffalo thing. He's had, I think, 15 breakaways in the last 2 years. He hasn't scored on any of them. He's had about 100 chances off the rush, and I think he scored on 4 or 5 of them. And those, that amount of chances puts him top 10 in the NHL. But the other guys are double-digit goals and well beyond that off the rush. The McKinnons, the McDavids. So he's still doing all this stuff, but I never saw him really as a great finisher anyways. But I mean, he's always finished at a better rate than this. This is really low for anybody. And he is a star player. So I don't fully know what to make of that. So I guess to answer your question, a lot of the stuff that has made him successful is still there, but the end product, which puts up the numbers, hasn't been there. So it's curious in the sense that, I wouldn't be forking out a 7-year deal at $8+ million for him just because that is such a question mark. But I also think if he can get back to even kind of average rates doing that stuff, you're going to see that dynamic impact star player again. I just don't know.
Yeah. Well, he's obviously going to be a risk at a long-term big money contract there. But if you were an NHL GM at this trade deadline and you think you're just one piece away from being a true cup contender, are you rolling the dice on Taylor Hall or are you staying away from him?
It depends on a few things. I would say it depends on what you have to give up. Whether it's a first round pick, another pick and a prospect, that's pretty steep for me. If it's gone down to a second round pick and a prospect and you got a deep prospect pool, I'd see no problem rolling the dice. It depends what you want from them though. Like I said, I don't think the Islanders are a good fit, putting him on a top line left wing position. I think if you can bring him into a situation where he can play on your second line and he doesn't have to be the guy, then I think he can provide a lot of value for you. You get him up against some weaker matchups where he can exploit some other opposition potentially. As long as you're not depending on him to be the difference maker for you, then I think it's fine. And look, we could pick any team, pick the Maple Leafs, even though I don't really think that's likely to happen anyways, but they've got star players. If he was brought into a situation where, he's maybe the third guy you're kind of counting on for something, then I think, that can make a lot of sense. But as I said, I wouldn't really be comfortable bringing him in where it's like, okay, you're the offensive piece we needed. Now go be the guy.